This is why I don't take requests. What's going on, good people? What up, what up? It's your boy D. Welcome to a special episode of the DA Experience. It's Thursday here where I am, and I decided to do something different. For months, a few people have been asking me to review a movie in particular, and with the fact that Superfly is coming out this weekend, directed by Director X, who was Little X when I was in college, and a hip-hop and video director who's now moved on to directing feature films. I thought, why not take a look at the first rapper director guy, Hype Williams' first movie. It might just be his only movie. Belly, the hood classic, the hip-hop classic. I put that in quotes for a reason. Story time. Back in 1999, young, strapping 17-year-old D went out with his cousins and his brother to go see Belly. Now, at this point in time, Nas and DMX were huge. T-Boz was still in TLC. Left Eye was still alive at the time, so the group was still around. So these were some big players in the hip-hop game. Hype Williams was a big player in the video and hip-hop game because of his cinematography and skills. Everybody wanted this guy. But he wanted to venture out into movies. So here we have Belly, a movie that's predominantly starring musicians and rappers as the main cast. And because of this movie, I tell you that is why I will not see a movie with more than 2 musicians in the main cast. It's almost like they just had the idea for a few different videos and just shot a whole bunch of different scenes together. They really had no plot, and it wasn't sensical to me. When I was a kid looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, this all looks flashy and everything. And as I got older, the more I thought about this movie and on rewatchings, I was just like, this movie is bad. And then I decided to go see it again today, and now it's almost laughable. It's almost like so bad that it's just funny, but it's also torture to watch because I'm sitting there listening to some of the stuff people are saying, and I'm just like, why is this scene still going? Well, let's go through the plot. First, the movie starts with Bundy, a.k.a. Buns, a.k.a. Tommy. I don't know how your alias is Tommy, but that's what Nas says. This is a direct line from the movie. And who's played by DMX. And Sincere, who's played by Nas. Now, Nas is not the best actor in the world. I wasn't looking for a lot from him, but he gave about 2 shits this entire movie. Like, he pretty much was phoning most of it in. You're not going to get any emotion from this guy. I promise you that. Then we had DMX, who was nothing but emotion and just comes out there and just laughs. It's just hype all the time. So these two rob a club or something, and they start heading down the street, and they're riding around, and he's giving you the... Now, at this point in time, Nas is giving you the exposition behind everybody and telling you all the stuff. So you're thinking he's the point of view character. I'll come back to that later. So as they're riding and everything, they get to Bun's house, and he hears, everybody goes home. He hears on the news about how there's this new drug coming into town that you can actually get through the skin and all sorts of stuff. So he comes up with a plan that he wants to start selling this drug. So he goes to a Jamaican friend of his, and I get they were going for authenticity, but I couldn't understand anything that was happening on the screen. And then they did these crazy transitions where football or soccer is being played and it's on their face, but they're talking. The scene just went way too long, and I'm sitting there like, what the hell is this dude talking about? I legitimately couldn't understand what he was talking about. But the basis from what I can make out is he brought the drug that he needed to the United States, and he was like, you're going to owe me a favor later, and you got to pay me this much money. So he's like, all right. So he pays him, and they go to Nebraska. I don't know. They go to Nebraska. That's another thing this movie doesn't do well. It doesn't transition in time well. It doesn't say like 6 months later or the next day or anything. It just says like, here we're in another part. So I don't know how much time has gone by. At first I'm thinking, oh, it's the next day, or it's only been a couple of weeks. Next thing I know, it's like, oh, you were gone for months. And I'm like, well, give us some kind of transition here to let us know the time has passed. But other than that, so they're in Nebraska, and they, I guess, start stepping on the toes of the big drug dealer in Nebraska. And this is another scene that I laugh at to this day. This dude is eating a banana, And for some reason, they focus on this dude eating his banana for way too long, to the point that you see the banana and everything all over his lips. I don't know if they're trying to show how corny this dude was. He wasn't all that to begin with, but the scene just went just a little too long to me. I'm like, can we get to something else? So Sincere wants to go back home, and he goes back home, and Buns has to go to Jamaica with the other dude while they're making all this money there, so that he can kill somebody for him as his favor he owes him. And Sincere goes back home, and next thing you know, the guy there drops the dime on him. The drug dealer drops the dime on him, and everybody gets arrested. One guy gets killed. It's an alright little shootout and everything else, but the scene is just cool. It's alright. But since the beginning of the movie, this is really the only thing that has happened. Nothing has happened. Everybody's just been talking about, man, we hard, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting there like, yo, do something. The movie's boring. And this is only the first 30 minutes. I think the movie's only an hour and 20 minutes long, hour and 30 tops. So as I'm sitting there watching this part, I'm like, can we get to something else? So they get back, and everybody's getting arrested, and their one friend is in jail, and he already knows that the other dude that's there probably dropped the dime on him. So here comes one of the best parts of the movie. Method Man comes in here, and he is just chewing up scenery, but he's probably the best part every scene he's in. He has the best quotable lines in the movie. He is just having fun. That's the main reason me and my cousin saw this, because this was not DMX, not Nas. This was Method Man's first movie. And to this day, he's pretty much the only one that's still acting. Well, actually got better in his acting. DMX is trying to act. Different thing. So all that stuff is going on, and the guy they got did this. So Method Man is there to kill this dude, and he winds up killing him, but the other dude is still mad at Nas and Sincere. Well, I'm sorry, Nas is Sincere. At Nas and Bundy and Buns, whatever you want to call them, DMX, and they get in trouble with the law, and DMX ends up in jail, and the CIA take him out, and all of a sudden Nas talks about he wants to go to Africa. Comes out of nowhere. He goes to get a haircut. Somebody comes and tries to kill him. He runs in the house looking at T-Boss, who plays his wife, and he's talking about, let's go to Africa. Let's go right now. I don't get what's going on. There is this pretty good scene where the Jamaican dude gets killed, but they pretty much took this shot from Scarface. It's an alright scene. I mean, it's shot pretty cool. But I'm like, if I wanted to see the scene, I would have just watched Scarface. And they get back, and then it's just like almost like they ran out how to end this movie. So they just Buns pretty much finds religion while he's becoming an assassin, and winds up getting talked into being a good man. And Nas goes to Africa. And the movie just ends. Nobody gets caught. Nothing. So the whole time you're watching the first hour of this movie, there's no redeemable characters in this movie. There's nobody for you to really root for and like, because everybody's kind of an asshole. And I just was sitting there, and I'm like, this seemed like not like Hype Williams just told them, hey man, come here to set, we'll smoke some weed, and I'll film some stuff around y'all. And that's how every scene seemed to be going. I'm like, y'all need to cut. Can y'all move it on? Can y'all do some edits? He used some weird edits, but when he was like in certain scenes, yeah, I would give the movie that. Some of the cinematography is great in this movie. When they're like in Jamaica and they're outside of the club, this would be a perfect scene in a music video. I could get that, but the scene just went too long. But the way he did the cinematography for it was great. And the soundtrack to me is still one of the best of all time. I will give them that. I love the soundtrack to this movie. I own the soundtrack to this movie. I love that soundtrack. But outside of that, and the fact that like Method Man is in this, I can't really say that this is a classic to me. There's much better classic hip hop films out there, like Friday, or if you want to say a hood classic, like Menace to Society, and they came out around the same time. And this one has gotten this classic vibe to it that people are saying. To me, it's just not that. It does nothing for me, and it's just gotten worse over time. But that's just my opinion of it. If you like movies where they're based off of soundtracks and they have these type of musically inclined cast, then this might be the thing for you. If you grew up in 1999 or late 90s like I did, you probably love this movie. I might be the oddball out on this one. I don't know. But let me know below what you all thought. Like I said, I'm going to try to go see Superfly. We'll see. I've actually heard good things. So who knows? Maybe Director X is better than Hype Williams at this type of thing. We'll see. All I know is you call yourself Superfly, which is a true classic. You better come. Enough said. But I guess I'll just see you all at the movies, and here's hoping it's a good one. It's better than this crap. I'm out. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Please comment below. Tell me what you think about this movie if you've seen it, and give me some recommendations. Somebody already told me they thought I should go see or I should watch The Man in the Iron Fist. I think that stars the RZA. Maybe I'll have Wu-Tang Month. So leave your comment below. Let me know what's up. I'll holler at you all later. Peace. I don't get it. Look at my face. This looks like the face of the best movie I've ever seen. This is the face of a man trying to keep himself awake. It's only been 30 minutes. What the fuck is this dude saying?